Opposition in Exile, Rwanda's silenced political voices. Welcome to the Rwandan Vigilante, where truth crosses borders and silence is not an option. If you're new, subscribe. In a world of controlled narratives, facts need witnesses. After Rwanda's 1994 genocide, the Rwandan Patriotic Front rebuilt a nation, but at what cost? Today we explore what happens to those who challenge power in Rwanda. Not rebels, not criminals, but politicians, activists, leaders, 5 Rwandans who dared to speak and were silenced, exiled, or erased. Pastor Bizimungu, the president who lost his power, then his voice. Pastor Bizimungu was once Rwanda's president, handpicked by Paul Kagame in 1994 to present an image of unity, a Hutu leading a post-genocide nation, a symbol of reconciliation. But as Kagame's grip tightened, Bizimungu became more than a figurehead. He voiced concern over human rights abuses, questioned one-man rule, and in 2000, resigned. Then he made a fateful decision to start his own political party, the PDR Ubuyanja. That same year, he was arrested, accused of endangering state security. In 2004, sentenced to 15 years. He was released in 2007 by presidential pardon. But since then, Bizimungu has been silent, a former president erased from public life. In Kagame's Rwanda, even your past status offers no protection. Faustin Twagiramungu, the prime minister who chose exile. Faustin Twagiramungu served as prime minister in the first post-genocide government. He supported reconciliation, but quickly grew critical of RPF's growing dominance and shrinking political space. By 1995, he resigned. In 2003, he returned to run against Kagame in presidential elections. He was blocked from campaigning freely, accused of divisionism, and ultimately lost under highly questionable circumstances. Twagiramungu fled Rwanda once again. From exile, he continued to speak, criticizing authoritarianism, calling for genuine democracy. But inside Rwanda, he's dismissed as irrelevant, a voice from afar. That's the strategy: silence critics at home and discredit them abroad. Faustin Twagiramungu died in exile in Belgium in 2023, of natural causes, with age likely a contributing factor. Even in death, his home country barely acknowledged him. Victoire Ingabire, the woman who walked into a trap. Victoire Ingabire left Rwanda in the 1990s, but never stopped caring. In 2010, she returned to run for president, the first woman to challenge Kagame directly. At Kigali airport, she made one statement: Rwandans must remember all victims, including Hutus killed after the genocide. That was enough. She was arrested, charged with divisionism and genocide ideology, and sentenced to 15 years in prison. International human rights groups called it political persecution. She was released by presidential pardon in 2018, but barred from politics and under constant surveillance. Ingabire's crime? Asking Rwandans to remember inconvenient truths. Diane Rwigara, the businesswoman who dared to run. Diane Rwigara wasn't a career politician. She was a young businesswoman, the daughter of Assinapol Rwigara, once a powerful businessman who died under suspicious circumstances in 2015. In 2017, Diane announced she would run against Kagame. Within days, nude photos were leaked online. Her candidacy was rejected. Then she and her mother were arrested, accused of inciting insurrection and forging signatures. They spent over a year in prison. Though later acquitted, the message was clear. Challenging power in Rwanda comes at a personal price. Today, she's free, but not truly safe. Father Thomas Nahimana, the priest who couldn't come home. Father Thomas Nahimana was once a Catholic priest, and later a political dissident. From exile in France, he founded the Ashema Party and planned to run for president in 2017. He tried to return home, not once, but twice. Each time, the Rwandan government blocked his entry. A man of the cloth, turned away from the country he was born in, because he dared to organize, to speak, to dream differently. Nahimana remains in exile, and his story reminds us, in Rwanda, even trying to come home can be an act of defiance. These 5 names are not alone. Others have paid in blood, exile, or silence. Patrick Karegeya, former intelligence chief, strangled in a South African hotel. Kayumba Nyamwasa, once Kagame's army chief, shot in exile, survived. Theogene Rudasingwa, once Kagame's inner circle, now a harsh critic in exile. Paul Rusesabagina, hero of Hotel Rwanda, kidnapped, imprisoned, then released under pressure. Idamanja Ivan, YouTuber and mother, arrested for inciting insurrection. The list goes on. In Rwanda today, there is peace. But peace built on fear is not peace. there is order. But order maintained by silencing voices is not democracy. These political figures didn't pick up weapons. They didn't organize militias. They spoke, they organized, they ran for office. And for that, they were exiled, imprisoned, erased. Let us remember, true reconciliation allows dissent. True justice allows difference. Because without that, what we call stability is just silence. If this video moved you, don't let it end here. Share it. Discuss it. Subscribe to this channel, the Rwandan Vigilante. We speak for the silenced. Tell us in the comments, which voices do you think Rwanda still needs to hear? Because the struggle for truth isn't over, it's only just begun.